Looks like you guys really enjoyed part 1, so here's part 2 of every unseen reversal techniques in Jujutsu Kaisen. Before we get into it, just a heads up, these techniques aren't official, they're just ideas we've come up with. And of course, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on the daily uploads. So what exactly is a reversal technique? It's a special way of using cursed energy where the usual effect of a technique is flipped. Instead of using negative energy like normal curse techniques, a reversal technique uses positive energy. For example, take Gojo's blue and red. Normally, his limitless technique pulls things in, creating an attractive force known as blue. But when Gojo uses reversal curse technique, he combines positive energy with blue, turning it into red, which pushes things away with a massive repulsive force. This makes the technique act in the opposite way it usually would. Now that you know what a reversal technique is, let's get into the rankings. First on our list is Mahito's curse technique, Idol Transfiguration. Now when we flip this technique into its reversal form, we get something totally new called Soul Dissolution. Mahito's original ability lets him reshape a person's soul, which changes their physical form in any way he wants. It's super dangerous because it means he can kill or deform someone with just a touch by messing with their soul directly. He can turn people into grotesque monsters or just end them instantly by destroying their soul structure. The reversal of it named Soul Dissolution. Instead of transforming or distorting someone's soul, Soul Dissolution would be about breaking the connection between the body and the soul. Think of it as dissolving the glue that holds a person's physical and spiritual forms together. When this technique is used, it targets the bond between a person's body and soul. Imagine you have a puppet and strings that control it. Normally, the soul is like the puppeteer controlling the body. Soul Dissolution would be like cutting those strings. The body would just drop, unable to move or fight because the soul's connection is severed. But here's the catch. This technique doesn't destroy the soul or the body. It just separates them temporarily. So the person would still be alive, but in a state of limbo, like they're stuck between being awake and asleep, unable to control their body. This ability is terrifying because it can be used to disable someone without killing them. Imagine a powerful sorcerer suddenly dropping to the ground, unable to move or fight back. They'd still be aware of everything happening, but totally helpless, almost like being paralyzed, but on a deeper spiritual level. And because the soul and body are just separated, if the user of Soul Dissolution wants to, they could put everything back together and the person would be fine. It's like a switch turning someone off and on at will. Alright, now I want to say something. If this video manages to hit 100 likes, I'll create more content on reversal techniques. There are about 139 cursed techniques in Jujutsu Kaisen. So that means we could explore 139 unique reversal techniques. But don't worry, I'll break it down into parts for you, so for everyone still watching, don't forget to hit that like button. Second on our list is Reversal Celestial Distortion, which is the technique reversal of Yuki's technique, Star Rage. While Star Rage allows Yuki to increase her mass without changing her density, she can become super heavy to deliver powerful attacks without feeling weighed down. Celestial Distortion flips that concept on its head. Imagine having the strength of a planet while still moving around like you normally would. That's what Star Rage does. Now with Celestial Distortion, instead of making herself heavier, Yuki can reduce the mass of anything she touches or anything within her domain. So when an enemy enters her area or she makes contact with them, it's as if they suddenly lose all their weight and become almost weightless. Think about being on the moon where the gravity is lighter. You'd feel floaty and have a hard time staying bound. That's exactly what Yuki does to her opponents. Once she activates this technique, everything she touches, whether it's people, objects, or even incoming attacks, loses mass. It's like putting everything in a zero-gravity environment. Imagine your enemies trying to fight but finding themselves floating around helplessly. With them being weightless, Yuki can send them flying with just a flick of her finger or a simple punch, kind of like kicking a balloon across the room. So, Celestial Distortion is the reversal of Star Rage. While Star Rage adds mass to create heavy, impactful blows, Celestial Distortion takes mass away to destabilize and confuse her enemies. It transforms a heavy-hitting technique into a control-based strategy. giving Yuki the upper hand in battle by manipulating gravity and weight. By making her opponents light as a feather, Yuki can easily turn strong foes into easy targets or even remove them from the fight entirely by simply floating them away. Next is Yuta's hypothetical reversal technique, called Delete, offers a unique twist on his innate ability, Copy. While Copy allows Yuta to mimic others' techniques by having Rika consume parts of their bodies, Delete turns that concept upside down. Instead of just copying opponents' ability, Delete enables Yuta to actually delete or nullify the techniques of his enemies by consuming their body parts. This makes it a powerful weapon in battles, as he can take away the very abilities that make his opponents so dangerous. When Yuta uses Delete, Rika has to consume a part of the enemy's body just like she does with Copy. This could be something small like a finger or something more crucial depending on how strong the technique is that he's targeting. Once Rika has eaten that part, the curse technique linked to it disappears completely, leaving the enemy unable to use it anymore. For example, if Yuta were to erase a sorcerer's ability to control fire, that sorcerer would no longer be able to use any fire-based attacks, making them much less of a threat. However, Delete isn't without its challenges. Similar to Copy, it has its own set of limitations. If the enemy can use a reverse curse technique on the body part that Rika consumed, then Yuta's ability to erase their technique won't work. This means if the opponent can heal or regenerate that body part, they might be able to regain their abilities. So he has to be very strategic and precise about when he uses Delete. The stronger the technique he wants to eliminate, the more important the body part needs to be, just like how Rika needs more vital parts to copy stronger techniques. Here's another idea for a reversal technique for Yuta. Let's call it Paste. With this ability, Yuta wouldn't just be able to copy techniques, but also transfer or paste them to his friends, boosting their strength. Imagine his friends being able to use the techniques Yuta copied himself. Of course, this power would come with some limits. The shared techniques would only last for about 5 minutes, and Paste would still be restricted by the same rules as Yuta's original copy technique. Alright, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button so we can reach 100 likes. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about these unseen reversal techniques. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any of the daily uploads.